Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings. I'm actually going to go ahead and take all these cards. But I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Taurus and Scorpio on Tuesdays. Also, I do just want to let you guys know that the deck that I'm using today is called the Mystical Manga Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, my information is in the description below. So just as a heads up, sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I usually only take cards that jump out of the deck, like these ones have. And usually if they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll go ahead and put them back in and continue shuffling. But my main goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. So I'm just going to shuffle and get roughly 1 or 2 more cards, and it looks like they've jumped out. All right, and now we can get started on your reading, but I do just want to give you guys a quick reminder that in case you enjoy the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. And I want to start off by talking about this Lover's energy. So the Lover's energy is a phenomenal card to have, especially if you guys are concerned with your love situation, right? The symbolism is very straightforward in the sense that they're two lovers that are very much in love together in an embrace. But there's a couple more symbolistic elements to this that I want to talk about. First, we have this like red, I don't know what to call it, rope, I guess. And that to me feels very reminiscent of the story of the red thread, which it goes that we have a red thread around our pinky, and the other end of the red thread is tied to our partner, our like life, our love of our life, right? And I believe it's a Chinese like folk tale. I'm not entirely sure what the origin behind it is, but there's that symbolism. So I feel like you guys feel that you're connected to somebody on sort of like a spiritual level, on a sense, on like a plane that not everyone can see. And then I want to talk about this angel here. So this to me feels like your connection has some kind of a divine connection element, right? And beyond that, I feel like you have divine protection. So I feel like the angels have really got your back. I mean, you know that one oracle deck that's called The Universe Has Your Back? I feel that phrase coming to my mind, and I wouldn't be too surprised if one of you guys has that oracle deck and has been doing a lot of readings with it lately. But the last element that I want to talk about this is that if you'll notice, and it might be a little bit hard to catch on the video, but these two lovers are blindfolded, which tells me that there's going to be sort of this element of love being blind. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of an element of your partner, and it might actually just be as superficial as their physical attractiveness, but there's going to be some, kind of like an element where people around you are going to be like, are you sure you want this person? Like, they have XYZ. I'm hearing like a mole for some of you guys, like, oh, are you sure you want to be with what's his face? He has a mole, right? That kind of an energy. And you're just like, I don't care. Like, I'm in love with like the person that is below what you can see. And I feel like that's kind of like a very intimate connection, very sort of element that only you get to see of each other. But beyond that, I do want to say that there are a lot of people here. I see the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Coins, the King of Coins, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, which together they span all 4 suits. You have swords, coins, cups, and wands. So it feels like I was saying earlier here, with this element of people telling you like, hey, hey. And I feel like it's kind of one of those things where too many chefs spoil the broth. So I think that you guys need to be very steadfast when it comes to your decision, especially right now. Nobody will know better than you what you want to do. And I feel like if you sort of cave in and listen to the people that are trying to tell you, like, leave or whatever, it's going to be an issue. And then I also do want to mention here that we have the King of Coins as well as the Queen of Coins. So first of all, I'm getting that you guys might have some kind of earthy element in common. I'm getting Earth rising. So some of you guys might have like a rising that's either Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But I'm getting that for sure you guys have a lot of sort of business know-how and money sense, for one. But I feel like more importantly, you guys are on the same page when it comes to business and money and finances. I feel like you guys think very similarly. And I'm honestly hearing that as like a huge relief for a lot of you guys, because I think that you guys have been in connections in the past where it's been like, oh, you're spending too much money. Oh, you're spending not enough money. And there's been sort of that issue there. And the stability suffers as a result, not just the financial stability, but also just like the stability of the relationship. Because when you have sort of these issues on like how to distribute money, it causes that turbulence in the relationship. But with these two elements here, like these two are made for each other. The king and the queen, they are happy together, right? Like they are not, and I'm also getting like this element because it might be hard again to see, but this King of Coins here is smiling. He's determined. He has a smirk. And this Queen of Coins is very much smiling, but with her eyes closed. And I think that that's very much representative of the fact that, you know, your sort of traditional like masculine energy, and regardless of what you like, how antiquated you want to talk about like the terms masculine and feminine are, but like this person has to do everything with like the outside world. So kind of like one of you has like job, career, and whatever down, and then another one of you is very sort of this spiritual kind of person who has like everything that has to do with your like inner stability. And I don't want to say like, oh, work and home, because that's like very stereotypical, but it's also representative of the 10th house and the 4th house. But I feel like both of you guys excel in both areas. Either way, you have the 3 of Wands here, which tells me that you guys are pretty close to finishing up like what your plan is. So whenever I see the 3 of Wands, to me, it feels like you've already taken out what it is that you're going to do, right? So let's say the Ace of Wands is kind of like taking in the new situation, exploring, right, interpreting it, whatever, taking survey. And then the 2 of Wands is more like you're making a game plan to see what you're going to do next. And then the 3 of Wands to me feels like you've taken your action and now you're waiting to see what the results are. And I feel like this is where you're at right now. So like people are kind of wanting to come in and tell you, hey, you should do this, hey, you should do that. And then you're like, you're too late for that. I already decided, I already did it, right? And good on you for that. And then you have here the Queen of Swords with the 9 of Swords in reverse. Now, the Queen of Swords, I feel like, is representative of you in the sense that you guys are very strong and very emotionally, you're like a wall in that sense. And I don't mean that in a bad sense. You're like a rock. You're very stable in that regard, because the Queen of Swords is, you know, she's good at cutting people off when they need to be. She's very smart, very educated, very eloquent. She's able to communicate her ideas in the best way possible for every single situation, because she's a natural born presenter. And I feel like you're adopting a lot of these qualities, and it's also improving your self-confidence for one, but it's also creating a way for you to solve a lot of situations that you maybe perhaps were struggling with in the past or didn't have like a solution for before. So I'm getting like you're really using your clever and your wit to your benefit right now, because I see this 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords is basically here to confirm that you're no longer going to be stressing about all of this old energy, because you found the solution to it. You found the solution to it. You've already carried it out. And if somebody wants to tell you otherwise, well, like, you should have done that like a month ago when you were still in the thinking process. I feel like you're just one step ahead of everyone. And then here with the Knight of Wands in reverse, so the Knight of Wands oftentimes gets a lot of this flaky energy, right? A lot of bad flack for being flaky, for coming in and then leaving, for not really being stable or long-term, having that like longevity. But because it's in the reverse, and I know this is kind of like a renegade interpretation, but instead of it being more of that energy, to me it feels like it's telling you not to partake in that kind of energy. So I think that a lot of people are telling you, oh, like, just have fun with this person and then leave, and then don't like go further, don't be like serious or whatever. But like, I feel like you've already made up your mind. You know what you want to do and you're going to do it. And nobody should have the need to tell you otherwise. I know that for a lot of people, they're probably doing it from a place of like, hey, I'm just trying to help you. But I feel like you, like I said before, you know better what's best for you. And then we have this Page of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like there is, with the Five of Pentacles, a worry that you're going to be left out in the cold, either by you or by them or by the other people that are sort of interjecting themselves. But I think that if you follow your own intuition, you're going to avoid this outcome, and you're going to have an outcome that you're actually happy with, which to me is this Page of Cups, which is some kind of an offer in love. So don't be expecting an engagement ring right away, but I'm getting for sure that this has a beautiful potential for a lot of longevity down the line. Just don't be persuaded by other people who might not even have your best interest at heart, to be entirely honest. So listen to your intuition and you'll find love. But that was your reading first time around, Scorpio. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Taurus and Scorpio on Tuesdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.